All right, as much as we hope love works out, sometimes your partner can throw you for a loop, right? And you find out that they haven't been faithful to you. What do you do next? Well, Dr. Viviana joins us via Zoom with some signs it's time to move on. Hi, Doc, good to see you. How you doing?
You know, this topic, it always breaks my heart because it affects so many people, families. It's always sad when people choose to betray their partners.
Yes, there's a really big ripple effect that I totally understand here. Now, I do want to say, you say there's 4 signs that could indicate it's time to move on. So I want to break these down, starting with accountability.
Yeah. Well, and I guess to begin with, it's important that people know that when you are going through infidelity, whether it's something that was disclosed to you or that was discovered, there is hope for a lot of couples. Actually, upwards of like 60% of couples who experience infidelity will stay together. So you're not alone if you decide to do that. But for those of you who are on the fence and you're like, look, I don't know what to do, these are the things you need to look for. Number one is accountability. If someone is not willing to take full accountability for the choice to decide to cheat versus sharing how unhappy they are, working on your relationship through therapy, even taking some time aside to really try to talk through your feelings, that's not a good sign because the foundation isn't there to do all of the hard work that it's going to take to work through it.
That's smart. So A, for accountability, let's start there. You have to have that, as the doc said. Now, behavior is next. It can indicate a lot. What do we need to know about behavior? Talk to us.
Yeah, for a lot of people who are struggling to work through past cheating, their behaviors are going to be very self-centered. So for the partner who cheated, they're going to think, well, since I'm not cheating anymore, you need to get over this. And the fact that you keep bringing it up is on you because it's no longer going on. So we're done with this. And unfortunately, those behaviors can look just like they did before when their partner is really looking for signs, signals that they can trust again. So if they're doing the same thing and expecting you to have a different response than the one that you're having very naturally after having betrayed, that's not a good sign.
That's imperative. All right, this one I hear from a lot of my friends, resentment, that R word, it sneaks up on you. How do we prepare? Tell us how we can be ready for resentment, because it's going to come.
100%. You need to know that resentment is now going to become, unfortunately, the third party in your relationship.
Oh, wow.
And if you're not tending to it, which a lot of people just don't know how to do that. And that's why they need to see a therapist. They need to see somebody who works with these things all the time because they don't know what they don't know. And they don't realize that, oh my gosh, the bomb has gone off, but how do we put the pieces back together? Resentment is going to be there. And it's not because the partner who was betrayed is inviting resentment into the bedroom, into your weekend away, into, your date night. It's just there and they're having to cope with it. And if they feel like they're having to deal with the resentment that now you have introduced to this relationship on their own, they'd rather be on their own.
Wow, that's huge. All right. And first of all, I also want to say I'm such a big proponent of couples counseling and therapy. So I so appreciate you saying that. Now, your gut. I'm trying to lose mine, but you also want to listen to your gut. Okay, it's very important. Why is that important to do this? Why do we want to trust the gut, the intuition?
Yeah, trusting your intuition, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, can be one of the most difficult things to do. But studies have shown that oftentimes your intuition is right on the money. So you don't want to negate it altogether. If you're giving your partner a real chance to prove that they can be loyal, committed, dedicated, and trustworthy again, but your gut is telling you like, hey, I just don't buy it.
Yeah.
Either trust but verify, or get that help through therapy to see if they are doing all of the things that they need to do to rebuild. And if they are, maybe you give them a few months to really see if your gut changes and if your feelings are changing, because if not, it's time to move on.
God, these are such good clues and roadmaps to this very scary road that some people find themselves on. If you want more, because we always do with Dr. Viviana, you can find Dr. Viviana's book, of course, read that, or learn more about her classes and coaching, including this really cool new Vivid coaching program at drviviana.com, or of course, follow her on Insta at Dr. Viviana.